So here's another scrap wood project, guys. I got into my scrap wood bin again and found a bunch of this stuff. So, don't know what to do with it. There isn't a whole lot. So I decided I'm going to glue some of this stuff together. And so that's what I did. And I decided not to bore you with all that. So here's what I came up with. So here's the pieces I've got. I'm thinking, because I'm going to do some boxes. And this is too thick, so I'm going to resaw this down the center. And then mess around, make some boxes. The problem is, I don't have tops and bottoms. So I've been thinking about that. I mean, bottoms, of course, you can use plywood. But I got an idea for the tops to make them unique, make them uniquely mine. But you're going to have to stick around for the rest of the video and see what I'm talking about. So while you're waiting, 2 seconds, can you do me a favor? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all my cool videos. Hit the like and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about my content, what I can do better, what you'd like to see. And help me grow this channel. I'd appreciate it. Okay, step 1. Let's clean these things up. Let's play with this fancy new gauge I got. We do that, we push that down. And now over here we have the half. So now we can bring our fence in and we can set this gauge against the fence. And we can set it so it's exactly in half for that wood. And that's the beauty of this gauge. Quick and easy. Let's see if we can resaw these puppies. So here's what I've got after the resaw. I've got these 2 pieces that are pretty close. I think those will work for a box. I got these 3 pieces. Let's widen this angle up. I got 3 pieces here that are all pretty close. I think those will work for a box. I got these 2 pieces. Pretty close, can work for a box. Then I got 3 pieces there that'll work for a box. And here's the 2 that just came out bad. They're really thin. I don't know if I can even get those through the planer. We're going to try. Maybe we can get a box out of those too. Do something funky. I'll bring you back after I get them planed and show you how it came out. So here's everything after I ran it through the planer again. So this is what we've got to work with. Try to make some boxes. I still don't know what kind of joints I'm going to use. As you can see, some of these is pretty thin wood. So I don't know if I can just get a miter joint or if I should do something else. There you can see, hope you can see that. They're all about the same. So I don't know. Don't know what to do. I don't know if they're thick enough to do any type of fancy joint. I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll play with it. Well, here's what we've got to work with. A little bit of maple. That could be interesting. That'll be interesting. Yeah. Because of how thin these boards ended up being, I decided not to try to do any type of a fancy joint. So I'm just going to cut some miters and glue these things together. Well, there we go, guys. There's our boxes, at least the sides cut out. Let's glue these together, and then we'll figure out how to put tops and bottoms on them. So I'm using the classic line everything up, put some tape on them to hold them, and we'll flip it over, put glue in the joints, and fold it up. Learn this off of YouTube, and it works really well. You can see there on the right, I've got one already done. This is the second one. We're going to do all four of these. The big trick is just make sure they're square after you get them all put together. You can see my red 90-degree corners over there, and I used those to make sure everything was square. But surprisingly, everything turned out really, really well, really square. Didn't have to adjust anything, just fold them up. I love this trick. It makes it easy to glue up boxes like this. We'll let those dry up. Well, here they are glued up. Turn these around so you can see them a little better. Now we'll do some sanding. I know how much everybody enjoys sanding, so I'm not going to do that online. We're going to trim these ends on this one. Here's our wood. I got it out of the clamps. I took that maple piece, split it in half, planed it down. So we got a top and a bottom for that box. And here's the walnut. Just left it full thickness, planed it down. And now let's take it over the router table and break these edges just a little bit. So we've got a little 1/8 inch round over bit in here we're going to use.
Now it's time to cut the lids off these boxes. Um, Top and bottoms have been glued on, and it's as easy as just running them through the table saw. Make Doing it this way, everything lines up exactly the way it's supposed to. Makes it really easy to make sure the lid and the bottom are perfectly in line. Make it easy when we put the hinges on here in a few minutes.
And here's our boxes, all sanded up, lids cut off. Let's take them down to the finishing room and put some finish on them. So here's the finish we're going to be using. I hope you can see this. This is a little something I mix up. It's half oil-based polyurethane and half linseed oil. Makes a great wipe-on finish. So let's wipe it on. Now we're not going to wipe the insides of these because we're going to line these with felt. So this is how it works, guys. I love this finish. It's quick, it's easy. The one disadvantage is it takes a couple days to really dry up because of all the linseed oil in it. And it does leave a slightly golden tint. If you like that, great. If you don't, well, this probably isn't for you then. And there we go, guys. There's our first coat of finish. Let that dry for about 24 hours and take a look at it. See where we're at. See what it looks like. Sometimes this stuff surprises me, and you know, you think you're going to need multiple coats, and it dries up and looks really good.
Here's the felt that we're going to be using. It's a beautiful purple. Looks really nice for the insides. We're actually going to do 3 of the boxes in the purple because I didn't have enough to do all 4, and I've got some tan. We'll do the 4th one. Now I'm using spray adhesive to do these, so I'm taping off the outside of the box so we don't get adhesive on it. And it's as easy as just spraying this stuff on and then pressing the felt to it. The nice thing is it is repositionable to a point. Now I've cut these strips about a 1/2 inch wider than the height of the sides so I can get it to roll down onto the bottoms, and then I put a piece on the bottom. There you can see exactly what adhesive this is. I've done some with hot glue, and that works pretty well. This, I think, is just a little bit easier. So you can see I printed some pictures on the tops of a few of the boxes. You'll see those at the end, so hang around. Clamp the lid back on, hold everything in place, and we're going to put some hinges in here. I picked up a bunch of little brass hinges at one of the Woodworkers Guild tool sales. Bought a bunch of hardware, and they were in there brand new in the packages. So here we're lining them up and pre-drill the holes and put the little screws in. Really work nice. There you go. You can see the box, and there's the finished product. You can see the 3 that I printed. I used my EU5 printer that I reviewed a while back and printed those images. That is UV resin on the tops. Hope you enjoyed this video. Great project for scrap wood that we all have laying around our shops. Hope you'll try it. I hope you enjoyed this video and you'll consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and tell your friends. Help me grow the channel. I'd appreciate it. And you have a great week. Bye.